Hello everyone, and welcome to our backyard. Today I want to talk about a staple in many southern gardens, and for sure in butterfly and hummingbird gardens, and that is the trusty lantana. Lantana has a gorgeous bloom full of nectar. All the pollinators absolutely love lantana. This particular lantana that I have it in a staging area, and it's in a pot. It's my only lantana that I do have in a pot, and this is what I like to call the sprawling lantana, as you can see. So I had cut this down about 2 to 3 weeks ago, just sheared it all down, and it has grown back so nicely, and the butterflies have been all over this lantana. This is lantana camera, and it is not a preference of mine, but I am so happy with how prolific it flowers. So let me show you my next lantana. I have seven lantana plants in this bed that we call our tree bed, because we used to have a maple tree here that we had to take down that was diseased. And the lantana that I have in this bed, I actually prefer, because these are mounding lantana, and it's just getting ready to bloom. These have been in the ground for, year and a half now. And this is also lantana camera, but it does not set seed, and it is a mounding type lantana, and I just love it. It is called Rose, and you can see that it has those rose blooms and the yellow blooms. Oops. And lantana does need full sun. So all of my lantana does get full sun, and it just performs wonderfully throughout the season. Actually now through really through cold weather. So as you can see, the blooms are just starting to come in. And the thing that I love about this mounding type is it doesn't become unmanageable. The trailing type just sprawls all out, and it can grow 6 feet in either direction. So I do not like that, because it just takes too much of the bed. Yes, you can certainly trim it up and prune it up, but I do prefer the mounding habits. I have 3 other lantana on the other side of this tree bed, and you can see I've got a liatris right here. But this is also this mounding habit, and you can see it just grows into a really nice shape. This one is a different color. It is the lantana camera red, but it's also does not set seed, and you won't have a problem with it reseeding itself. And in some areas that do set seed, it can be in the south very invasive, and so it's really good to take a look at your lantana before you purchase it. I really can't have enough lantana in the butterfly and hummingbird garden, because all the pollinators just love lantana, and it is so tried and true. I transplanted these 3. That one's getting a little bit shaded, so I've been debating if I need to pull him out. These are just a little bit more set back, because I actually transferred them from another bed into this bed, and so they're just starting to get, let me pull over here, they're just starting to get the buds now. The reason I'm over here is because I had last year a gorgeous lantana that was the branching kind, and it sprawled all out 6 feet. And it flowered beautifully, but it caused my grass to die out in a huge area. And I certainly could have cut it back, but that's where the blooms are. And so I just wanted to show you on this trailing lantana how big it actually can get. And I was not prepared for how long it actually could be. I also have a purple lantana that was my workhorse for my pollinators really all winter long. And I am going to be planting this lantana in the ground over here in what I call my south bed. I don't have it planted in the ground yet because I'm still debating where I want it to go, and I've got some pots around here that I need to place. But this was one of the few things that I had that just flowered beautifully for my poor pollinators that were very much surprised, like all of us, in our December freeze. And so most of the in-ground plants had died and no more flowers. And so anything that I saved or purchased, they were very grateful for. And this was one of my winter workhorses. And finally, I have one more lantana. And this is actually from Proven Winners. This is Luscious Berry Blend Lantana. And it is the first time that I am going to be trying a Proven Winners lantana. And this also has a mounding habit. And so I'm excited to see how quickly this grows. I was surprised. I purchased it and in a grande container, and it was really small. And so I am hopeful that it can catch up quickly here and grow very nicely. Like I mentioned, lantana do need full sun, and they work well in containers and in the landscape. They even do well in our landscape. I do have heavy clay soil and I have it amended, but I have been very successful growing lantana in our soil. The other thing that I want to mention, even though they are drought tolerant once they get established, they do need water. And so if you want them to flower nicely, I recommend that you regularly give them water. A lot of the information that I have gotten for lantana says they should receive about 1 inch of water a week. So even though you'll see on some tags they say that they are drought tolerant, they're probably not going to flower as nicely. Okay. Well, lantana is a staple in my garden, and for sure I have lots of plants, and it's because the hummingbirds and butterflies just love lantana. Well, I hope you all have a great day today, and thanks for joining me.